I know that people are in a space right now that, wherever they are, and it's feeling tight. There's a lot of violence happening right now. It's on my mind. I think I'm not really doing news about it, but people are coming out of the woodwork, I guess, a little bit in my life, talking about how what's going on in the Ukraine and stuff is impacting. I know that we don't talk a whole lot about politics necessarily, but there is something about the connection of us all that I think feeling that unrest, I think it's just in the air for me. I think it's adding to my questions around my own conflict interpersonally, maybe too. But it's holding power, and where do we have permission to let go of things and to, I don't know. I think that's all. It feels very much the same to me, like it's connected.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's
up next?
I think it's real that we all we're in the same living system on the earth, sharing the same oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, cycling through that Gautam Buddha breathed and ate and shat and, as well as anybody else. And we're, maybe another way to think about it is maybe we're all sitting on top of the same collective unconscious mind in that or on that or whatever way. As well as if there's something like a collective conscious, like anyway, the layers of minds that seem to be shared, where there's the similar archetypes around the world, and without having met anybody that is there. It's kind of like, sometimes I have this image of as if what we really are is this giant jelly, like jellyfish jelly. And we're usually in this little shack on top of the jellyfish, and we think that we're driving the jellyfish, we're like trying, and the jellyfish meanwhile is like going on these currents. But then instead of a real jellyfish, it's like as if the tentacles actually lead on to the next jellyfish, like the, what is that called? The
mycelium.
Yeah. The mycelial network underground. I think it's something similar somehow. And maybe it's similar in that it's not exactly me, but exactly not exactly. I couldn't live without that is communicating among us, but that's almost the same thing too. Anyway. And I think that the fact that we do care is just, and that it feels good when we can care without a sense of obligation or over responsibility. It feels good. And the practice of shifting from, like, for example, I like to inquire into the difference between pity and open-heartedness or compassion or love, and how pity is like maybe looking down, oh, you poor thing that you're suffering, or those poor people, how awful, that's terrible, that's unbearable. And so pity doesn't feel good because it's not really honoring the openness of what we are, that interconnectedness or openness. Whereas love without pity feels good. And why does it feel good? Because it's true. I think it's like, it's just it's one breeze that blows through our openness, our interconnectedness, our interweavingness, or whatever it is. So, and I feel like that is a main thing that I do get some maybe signals or sense that there is a reweaving starting to happen. There's the fragmentation culturally and ecologically and probably lots of other ways. But I start to feel a reweaving now, more palpably. Yeah, I noticed that in my drawings that's happening too, like over the weeks, that's what's showing up.
I was gonna ask something else, but now I want to ask you if you will tell me about your drawing practice.
What would you like to know about it?
Right, just tell me everything. Is
Tender fire.